Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we gather not only to commemorate Peace Day, but also to celebrate the enduring power of humanity to move towards a world where peace is not just the ideal, but a lived reality. In recent years, we have witnessed a remarkable growth in the global and local peace movements, catalyzed by collective efforts from every corner of the world. These movements transcend borders, beliefs, and backgrounds, united by a shared vision, a world free from violence, inequality, and suffering. At the heart of this movement, which is UPF, is the recognition that peace is not just the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice, respect, and compassion. This broader understanding of peace is what fuels my own work, both locally and globally. I know I've spoke a lot about peace, but today I want to lead by example and say what I do as a way of encouraging everybody to make a difference, if that's all right with you. Thank you. So, I have dedicated much of my time to teaching youth and adults the vital importance of emotional intelligence and diversity, a skill that is indispensable in creating understanding, reducing conflict, and fostering deep empathy. When we nurture emotional intelligence and diversity, we equip them with tools to appreciate diversity and to see differences not as a threat, but as strength. I have also the privilege of working with Margaret and UPF to create safe spaces for women, recognizing the peace cannot be achieved in societies where women and girls live in fear. By focusing on eradicating violence against women and girls, we are laying a foundation for a more just and peaceful world. We know that violence, especially gender-based violence, is a systematic issue that hinders progress and destabilizes communities. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that women and girls not only survive this, but thrive, free from the fear of violence. My work in advocating for the safety and dignity of women aligns my role as a global peace ambassador for UPF and as an ambassador for Stop Trafficking UK. Human trafficking is one of the most heinous crimes of our times, and it is exacerbated by the effects of conflict and instability. Conflict creates the conditions where the most vulnerable, often women and children, are exploited, trafficked, and robbed of their humanity. As an advocate, I'm committed to shining a light on this hidden crime and pushing for solutions that prevent trafficking and protect its victims. It is impossible to overstate the profound impact that conflict has on our world. When nations are at war, when communities are torn apart by violence, when most vulnerable pay the heaviest price. It is these moments of crisis that we must arise with greater determination to defend dignity and rights of every person. And it is in these moments that we must advocate for peace, not just as an abstract concept, but as an actionable and tangible goal. In both global peace movements and our local efforts, we have made significant strides, especially here at UPF. This is one year where I'm really happy about some of the things that we have achieved to make a difference. The expansion of peace, education, community-based initiatives, and advocacy networks gives me hope. I have seen firsthand how communities that once were divided, once were divided by fear and hatred can be transformed through dialogue, education, and commitment to inclusivity. I have witnessed how the simple act of creating a safe space, whether for women or young people or marginalized communities, can have a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. But our work is far from done. As we commemorate Peace Day, let us not only reflect on how far we've come, but also recommit ourselves to the work that lies ahead. Whether it is teaching the next generation to value empathy, advocating for protection of the vulnerable, or addressing systematic injustices that perpetuate conflict, each of us has a role to play in building a peaceful world. I'm honored to be part of this UPF movement, and together we are not only witnesses to change, but we are the change. So each one of us can and will make a difference by every small act that you do. Thank you. Okay. Oh, sorry. And just before I go, sorry, Margaret, I know we have a lot of peace ambassadors in the room, and sometimes we need to reflect on why we've been made peace ambassadors and what we have been awarded, that honor to do, So when it comes to a role of a peace ambassador, we are representatives out there. We can make a difference, and we have to make a difference. We have responsibilities for conflict resolution and mediation, because sometimes we think global ambassadors, we have no power. Yes, we do. We can speak up and make a difference, right? We can negotiate to settle disputes. We can advocate for awareness and change, right? Also, community engagement. This is a good one for me because part of our women's group here, we have been writing letters to our MPs, each one of us within the group, to try and raise awareness about the increase in violence against women. All these things we can do as ambassadors of peace. And I think we should send this out to people so people are aware of what we do. So we are the role models. So when we go out there as ambassadors of peace, we can make a difference. We can make a change. And we're all in this to win it. Thank you.